Right now, we want to bring in the San Diego Police Chief. We have David Nislight here in studio with us. Chief, good morning. Thanks for being here.
Good morning.
When you see things like that, I know your department, the CHP, the Sheriff's Department, we all train for events like this, for protests, peaceful protests, and then eventually when perhaps they turn not so peaceful.
Yes.
You've been watching this. In terms of what you're seeing, kind of give me your assessment so far.
Yeah, I've only been watching the last 5 or 10 minutes. What I see right now is CHP doing a tremendous job. They're staying very, very calm. Obviously, it looks like they're having conversations with those that they're arresting. But so far, what I'm seeing is a lot of professionalism by law enforcement. Makes me very proud.
Raul just mentioned there was a student that appeared like his glasses seemed to have fallen off, and one of the officers had put it back on them, even though they were being carried away. So there's tact, and that's very much appreciated.
The officers are doing a great job. They're moving forward. They did the unlawful assembly. They gave people the ample time to move or leave. They didn't, so now they're making arrests, but they're doing it in a very professional manner.
You saw the zip ties come out, and there was almost like it was unusual how there was literally a line. One officer per protester in zip ties being taken in for questioning, I'm assuming, all that. We mentioned that there were several groups that created kind of like a smaller, they were locked, arms locked.
Human chain, yes.
A human chain, and some went willingly, some did not, some resisted, different levels of whatever that might mean. When the officers are there doing their jobs and they see, okay, this one's not going to go as peacefully or willingly, what do you think at that point, and how do you decide, okay, well, we're going to break this up?
You try to do everything you can for de-escalation. Time is always going to be on your side here, as long as nobody's physically assaulting people. So you just really slow things down. A lot of communication, explaining what is going to happen if they continue to resist. That is only going to make the charges higher. And so you really just try to talk to them and letting them know we're not leaving. So you are going to be arrested. It's really upon them. It takes two people to de-escalate. What I'm seeing so far is CHP, UCSD police, sheriffs are doing a tremendous job.
And for the most part, what we can see at this point, doesn't look like there are any other students or protesters in the encampment area for now. How long does this type of law enforcement presence stay at the scene before they clear out?
Yeah, there's going to be a long day. You know, we have everything from making certain that the encampment doesn't come back. There's obviously the cleanup, but there's also all the processing. I don't know the number of arrests right now. Obviously, you see quite a few people being arrested. That's processing takes quite a great time. A lot of coordination between now CHP and the Sheriff's Department and UCSD. So.
We brought up the fact, we've seen this in New York, where the question has come up of whether are all of these students, and are some of them agitators, are some of them professional protesters? We've heard all of these terms. We don't know, obviously, in our particular case here at UC San Diego. Is that part of the questioning in terms of, are you a student here? Can you even ask such a question when it's a public university and they're doing that, or how does that play out?
I think it can be part of the investigation to determine, are they students, are they active students? Because if they're active students, obviously there can be sanctions against them placed by the university administratively. Obviously criminal charges also, but if they're students, that's another path that university can take. But that'll be part of the investigation and see who they are, why they're here, if they're professional agitators, different things like that.
Is there a message that these officers are, what are they saying to the protesters? Do they walk up to them and say, all right, guys, you've had your peaceful, it's time to go? What is the actual language being used when you walk up to maintain the peace? Well,
I believe an unlawful assembly was declared. That means, you know, they're told they can't be here, they have to leave. And you have to give them ample amount of time to leave, which I'm sure they have. But then it's just the reiteration, hey, this has been declared an unlawful assembly. We're just reiterating our stance that you have to go. The university has declared this unlawful. Obviously, it poses a safety and health risk. And again, this group also denied access to the health inspector and to the fire marshal this weekend. So again, UCSD had a lot of conversations with these folks trying to get them to move on. And now you're seeing the law enforcement action this morning.
Before we move on from this topic, just quickly, for the folks who have been taken into custody, what is that process like? What happens from here?
Well, there's mobile booking, so they'll be handed off to the San Diego Sheriffs. They'll be processed and probably booked into jail, depending on the charges. I don't know exactly what the charges will be at this particular time.
Seems a lot of them are expecting to go right back. We've seen this around the country, like you book them, you process them, and they should go right back. Whether or not this will happen here remains to be seen.
I hope we hold these
Sure.
people accountable. Again, First Amendment, free speech, we all welcome
Of course.
that. But when you take it too far, you have to be held accountable.
We're fortunate to have you here to help us out, so we thank you for that. We'll keep an eye on what's happening there, but you are here to talk about other things as well,
Yes.
Chief. So let's talk about this Operation Better Pathways, the human trafficking issue here in San Diego. We've spoken with the district attorney and yourself and the mayor. What is this operation all about?
So we did Operation Better Pathways a little over a year ago. This is Operation Better Pathways 2.
Yep.
Obviously, this is still a problem. SB 357 has really allowed the human trafficking, the open sex markets to exist and continue. It's still a main problem. It's still generating a lot of community complaints. Again, over 40 arrests, 20 people rescued, to include 7 juveniles. Some of them were runaways. Again, it's just clearly showing that human trafficking is a problem. This bill is a problem.
Yeah.
Law enforcement is still trying to make a difference here. For the community, please keep the complaints coming. But also, if you have family members that are in this business, get them help.
You mentioned that the community can help out.
Yes.
You said the complaints, keep them coming. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, so a lot of this is complaint driven. I should say most of this is all complaint driven. So in this area where this open sex market exists, there's homes, there's businesses,
Yeah.
and so a lot of those folks are complaining. And then just people passing through, you see this. But it's not just prostitution, it's narcotics, it's weapons, it's gang members. It's a very violent and dangerous environment down there. So again, law enforcement will keep doing their part. We need the community's help, but also for those that have loved ones that might be in this human trafficking position or in the sex business, please get them help.
We have these operations and we ask how many people were arrested, and it just it's almost like you pull a weed and 10 more come out.
Yes, unfortunately.
It's very frustrating in terms of you guys need to keep doing these operations. But then also, what is happening just to kind of get to the root of the actual problem, where it stems from, where it originates from? How do we fix that?
It's really holding those accountable that are doing the human trafficking. And to me, a lot of those are gang members. And so making certain that we're putting good cases on those that are actually trafficking human beings.
Right.
And making certain that they're held accountable and have lengthy prison sentences. I think there needs to be more enhancements for this and to have more harsh, if you will, sentences. That will help correct this. And then the other part of this, making certain those people that have been victimized and been put into human trafficking get the resources they need.
Yeah.
All right. I do want to ask you,
Yes.
retirement's nearing.
Yes.
How is this transition going?
It's going great. I'm looking forward to my next chapter, but I'm also looking forward to watching the police department grow under Chief Wall. I think he's going to do an outstanding job.
Chief, we thank you, obviously, for helping us out and kind of giving us an
Yes.
assessment of what's going on. Maybe you should stick around. Yeah. Just saying. Thanks again.